Welcome back to my Let's Play for Moemon, my mono bug run. It's time to make our way to Cerulean City, hopefully. Well, I suppose that's going to depend on how long this takes. After all, there are quite a few train battles you can get into on the way just to the cave, after all. And some of them can take quite a while to get through, unfortunately. Thankfully, our targets are pretty weak, so we can use moves like Sleep Powder and Confusion to tear through them. Especially in the case of Pidgey, because let's face it, I don't want to get hit by a Gust attack. I'd probably be able to shrug it off with the level difference, but still, best to avoid pain where possible, usually. I would have preferred to avoid her, though, so that's my own fault for being sloppy. Yeah, I know Tackle probably could have done it, but let's face it, I just like to finish this quickly, with as few movements on the D-pad as possible. No. I could send out, Beedrill, but I don't think it has a high chance of attaining victory at the moment. Because I'd have to rely on Fury Attack of all things. Yeah, Beedrill is probably going to be a hard one to find an ideal time to really level it up. It's just got so many problems going for it. I imagine we're going to be relying on the Butterfly here way more than I probably should. Which doesn't bug me too much, since at least it means I'll be able to get through at least a lot of battles fairly easy, but there is a limit to how long I can carry this on for. Especially when I get to Misty, because I can't rely on, Confusion to take down Starmie. I could use Tackle Attack, I suppose, but that's not exactly an ideal option. I did, huh? Well, I may have doubled back and fought you. Possibly. Actually, I don't think there was a Colton in the forest. Because I'm pretty sure I fought everybody in there. Unless he's one of the random trainers that, just doesn't fight you there. He could be. I think Confusion alone ought to be enough to take out Caribou. But nope. Damn. Nothing I'm doing is good enough for a one-hit kill, despite the 6 levels in difference here. It's kind of sad. A Weedle, eh? Well, I'm definitely going to be able to drop that thing with Confusion. After all, I get super effective damage on that sucker. Goodbye, Weedle. It's a cruel world, and you just don't deserve to be in it. Okay, Colton, try and surprise me now. No, another Caterpie? Well, I guess I'll let Insector out, and try and go for the win there with Fury Attack. I have to admit, I do like the design of the Moemon version of Beedrill. It's just too bad Beedrill itself is so difficult to use effectively. Like, Fury Attack can miss, Poison Sting's not very effective against a lot of opponents you can come across. It's just a very difficult Pokemon to use very effectively. I suppose having Twin Needle later will help somewhat, but even then I don't know how much utility I'll get out of it. If only there are more pure grass types I could take advantage of. Well, at least we got rid of the Caterpie after 3 attacks. Okay. We're gonna go up and around. Darn it. I'm gonna have to leave the route in order to get past the other guy I thought I had to fight him. Shoot. It's not too much of a price to pay since it's not too hard to do. It's just annoying. I have to do it, Okay, again with the Sleep Powder, and then we'll switch over to trying to take it out. And hopefully it won't wake up in time to actually stop my offensive approach here. That's right, keep dreaming, you stinking rat. I don't know, if it was Master Splinter I'd be more cool with it, but rats in general, I'm not too fond of them usually. Maybe if I do another normal run one of these generations, I'll use Rattata and make it use of like its Hyper Fang and stuff, but it's hard to really get in the mood to praise the rat, This Rattata's not very good. A Nidoran? Well, definitely use Confusion on this sucker. Come on, one-hit KO. And that just leaves the option of doing around the other bug catcher and fighting him, or backing out and then heading back to town to reset the trainers. Well, one will probably save more time than the other. So we'll go back to town, hit up the shop real quick, then head back. After all, I imagine the trainer battle would take a lot longer than this anyway. Trainer battles are very rarely quick in my experience. Great. That's not a good idea, man. If you just caught them, they're still gonna be weak. They'll be soft. James, huh? Like the train? From Thomas the Tank Engine? Which I only really remember because my brother used to be really big in the Thomas when he was much, much younger. And I'd have to constantly assemble his train sets for him. Because he wasn't very patient or good at it. So I'd have to basically lay out the entire track for him. Obviously, they're wooden track pieces, so they came from a couple of different sets. Not all of them were the official Thomas the Tank Engine sets. Some of them were from a cheaper knockoff brand. Do I really want to use Insector here? No. Metapod's got hardened after all, so they take forever to kill this thing without using my psychic abilities. Because inevitably it raises its defenses and just constantly block out, you know, Beedrill. Well, I suppose I could switch over to it now and basically allow it to try and push its way through the last of its health. Even then, this might still take 2 or 3 turns on my luck. We'll see, though. Come on, Fury Attack. Critical hit. Well, we got 3 hits in and killed it anyway, so that's alright. And at least we're able to get 84 experience points. It's not great, but, you know, it's better than no experience points. Make up your mind, which way are you going? I want to avoid you. If at all possible. Well, this took longer than I thought it would. I think I grabbed a few repels, though. So, at least we can try and avoid battles in the, cave system. That means I'd miss out on Paris in the few areas it's in. Well, since I only can block out 50 steps at a time, I could potentially still find it, you know, while blocking out a few battles. Though catching it might be a trick. After all, Paris is pretty darn soft. Like, notoriously soft. Darn thing would fail underneath a static shock. It's surprising how vulnerable it is, you know? Okay. Just trying to avoid these guys. I think there's a TM I can pick up in here. Yeah, Thief. Okay. We'll just avoid the Team Rocket Grunt. I know. I'm missing a lot of grind opportunities here. I just don't really care. After all, in the grand scheme of things, I'd rather just avoid as many fights as possible to save on time. I may regret that later, though. After all, it does mean I'll have to take on my rival with less levels. Which could prove to be a problem. Oh, a Moonstone? That's not very useful. Okay. Darn it. This would be the best place to find a Paris. Now, where are they? Repel wore off, so it's not like I'm actively blocking out finding it. Level 10, eh? Okay, I'll try a tackle. Okay, so it can take a few tackles. Good. So we'll hit it with another tackle. Should be able to handle one more. Stun Spore? Gosh darn it! I wasn't expecting it to have, something that annoying up its sleeve. I'll give you credit, you caught me off guard there. Gosh darn it. Now I'm gonna pay for it. Well, I'll return the favor with a sleep powder then. I don't think I have a paralysis cure either. I have an awakening, but not one of those. So great. I could duck back out. Or I could try moving forward regardless and hope, I don't have a bunch of, paralyzed states get in my way. That Paris may have just screwed me. I don't know. I guess we'll call you Ace. Because I'll probably give it Aerial Ace at some point, knowing my luck. Well... Oh, another one? Well, I don't really need two Paris. I mean, I wish I'd brought multiple Butterfrees, though, apparently. Oh, great. Now what? Another pair? These things are, like, following me now. Ugh. Go away. Come on. Sweet. He turns, which means I only have to deal with one more Team Rocket member. And the one fossil nerd. Which may end up being more trouble than it's worth. A ghost move, eh? Well, I guess it can't make me flinch, there's that. That's not going to be very effective at all. So I don't know why you use that. Probably because he had no better options other than spamming Astonish over and over and over again. Astonish, that one move that seems pretty darn useless. There's very few Pokemon that are weak to ghost attacks, after all. And the fact they can flinch is nice, but, with so few targets for it to cause the flinch, it's just not very useful overall. Plus, ghost moves don't work on normal types, which is something you tend to run into a lot early on in these games. And Astonish tends to be a pretty early move, too. Okay. Well, I could put you back up to full health, which might help somewhat. But we'll wait till after the battle's over, probably to use that. Not really. The fossil Pokemon here aren't very good. If I was doing a rock or water run, maybe I'd take one and use them, but by the time I got to them, it'd be so late in the game, I may not even bother. That's the problem when you evolve, not evolve so much as aren't accessible till you get to Cinnabar Island. By the time you get there, you've already basically built your own team. Oh, that's gonna sting a bit. And the paralysis kicked in, gosh darn it. Well, I may have to switch out here pretty soon. After all, with 2 defense lowerings on me, I'm pretty vulnerable being potentially knocked out with just physical attacks here. A Zubat, eh? Well, since its only move really is going to be Leech Life and Astonish, I think Insector can take it with Fury Attack. Even if it does have a slight level advantage, I don't think it's going to be enough to really matter. Oh, yeah, I can hope we get like 5 hits with Fury Attack here. Only 3 times again. Well, it's better than 2 times. Seriously, did 7 damage with Astonish? Well, that was a lot better than I was expecting. I'll give you credit, Zubat. Yeah, you surprised me. Well, come on, one more. And it's over. Oh, and a critical hit, too. And again, when it didn't really matter. Reminds me of the times I was playing Fire Emblem, constantly getting those critical hits when the opponent would have been killed off by just a regular attack anyway. Jeez. Yeah, you're also out of Pokemon, so it doesn't matter if you're mad. No one cares. Okay, let's do a little healing here. Sadly, Ace there's carrying just a tiny mushroom, so I can sell it off for a little cash, but not much. Well, honestly, you could keep both, and I really wouldn't care. But, you know, since we have to battle, let's do it, I guess. Well, at least I don't have to worry about, you know, being poisoned, I guess. And Grimer's main ability is probably going to be Harden throughout most of this fight, so I don't have to worry about too much. And Pound's just mildly annoying, usually, so this battle is pretty much mine. It might take me a while to get off an attack, but when I do, I'll win. Hands down. Damn you, Paralysis. It's definitely kicking out a lot more than I thought it would. Come on, finish him off. Well, that takes care of one of them. Voltorb, eh? Well, I think I can take Voltorb. I hope. Ah, Screech. Gosh darn it. Probably gonna follow up with Tackle Attack or something. Please fall. Oh, great. Charging up for an electrical attack, huh? Oh, we managed to nip that in the bud at least. Sadly, that won't cure my paralysis. No. Yeah, screw Supersonic. Sure, I can stack Sleep and Confusion on top of each other, but Supersonic isn't accurate enough to make me feel it's worthwhile to do so. And I wasn't even paying attention to what he's switching in, to be honest. So surprise me, game. Oh, a coughing, eh? Well, darn, I'm gonna really regret this. Coughing resists physical attacks somewhat, so kind of playing into my opponent's hand here with Fury Attack. Then again, we probably would have had to do this anyway just to get around, you know, the Screech. You know, because Coughing may not have the best attack stat, but Screech definitely helps it. And that's gonna hurt a bit, but, you know, I can't be poisoned, so it doesn't matter. Come on, Confusion. Come on, finish it off. Ooh. Well, I got it. Now the question is, which fossil to take? I guess it doesn't technically matter. You're darn right you're gonna share. Now, what difference does it make? I'm a bit more fond towards the Helix fossil, I guess, but I'll take Kabuto. It's not like it matters. I'm not using it anyway. Nah, paralysis cure, huh? Well, we made out the other side. I don't think any of my bugs can learn Mega Punch or Mega Kick. So we'll forget about that. Oh, Roar, huh? Sounds interesting, but Roar is not really all that great usually. Well, at least we managed to reach Cerulean City. Until next time, then. See ya.